Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way today for your Cardiff City away match preview. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Of course, Watford have won yet another game. Come on, this time away from home, away at Wigan. Obviously, as I said in my Wigan preview, they've been having issues with the ownership, the players not getting paid on time, and various other things as well. But Watford, it's a very, very poor performance. Ultimately, I thought throughout the game we did struggle to get any kind of momentum going. I think Keenan Davis especially was really, really big miss for Watford. But ultimately, we come out trumps. João Pedro getting the goal in the 87th minute. Samuel Kalou actually come on and made a big impact. And I believe he won the corner in the lead up to João Pedro's goal. The corner was whipped in, came back out to Yassir Asprilla, who puts a great ball into João Pedro, who gets on the end of it. And there you go, Watford come away with I would say deserved 1-0 win. Wigan did have their opportunities in the game as well. I think they hit the bar just before the end too. But it was a hard-fought win, and actually 2 games in a row now where Watford have really battled for the 3 points, and that's exactly what we like to see. Now, of course, we've got Cardiff City away from home next. 2 away games in a row, obviously just beating Wigan and now going to Cardiff. So 2 very tough games. Cardiff not having the best of times this season. In fact, the last couple of seasons, they haven't done that great in the Championship. They have struggled at times. But we do have Nathan on today from the MWM YouTube channel to give his thoughts on the game.
Thank you very much to James from the Watford Way for once again having me on the channel. It's great to be back. Here to talk about Cardiff City against Watford on Wednesday now. Now, to start out with the Bluebirds. To summarise the start of the season, it has been very, very poor. I mean, already losing 2 derbies, that makes it 6 in a row between the Jacks down the M4 and Bristol City as well. It's just not acceptable, quite frankly. Already on our second manager of the season as well, after Steve Morrison got, for me, undeservedly sacked. I still can't understand why he did as well. Mark Hudson coming into the side, club legend, of course, former captain who actually won us the Championship and captained us in our first season at the Premier League as well. Coming in, had a good first couple of games, including most memorably that 3-1 win against Wigan away. What an away day that was as well. But ever since then, 3 losses in a row. Some of them have been quite unlucky. Like they came out and said that when we lost to Coventry, it should have been at least a point. That refereeing was just shambolic. Losing to Swansea, that was absolutely terrible. Callum Robinson being just ridiculous red card at the start of the game. And then yesterday we beat Rotherham 1-0 with a lovely silky Jadon Philogene goal. However, that really did expose a little bit of the toxicity amongst the fans at the moment in regards to Vincent Tan and the owners, which is really just me. I think they don't have a mandate to continue at the club anymore. As for players to look out for in particular, it's got to be Callum O'Dowda. So far, he's been my player of the season. Really, really creativity. Getting forwards, really that winger that we've been missing for the last few years. Other names to mention, Ryan Wintle, he's been absolutely superb in midfield as well, creating the chances, been really solid, assisting the defence as well, along with Cedric Kipre on loan from West Brom in centre-back. He is that ball-set playing centre-back we've been missing for the last few years. As for prediction on this game, it's a tough one for me. I have record low confidence at Cardiff City, supporting them at the moment. It's the worst I've seen it in my lifetime personally, but I really want to stay confident. I don't know. I'm not going to back us to losing this one. I think we might be able to put up a bit of a fight, even though it is going to be highly unlikely. However, I am going to go for a 0-0 draw. Thanks for having me on once again, James. Up the City and Tan out.
A big thanks there to Nathan for giving his thoughts on the game. And as you just heard, he went for a 1-1 score draw there. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen. I'm hoping Watford will win the 3rd consecutive game in a row. I think it's important for Watford to, get that momentum going into the World Cup, because obviously we've got Cardiff, then we've got Coventry, and I think we've got Reading and then Bristol. So not many games left to go before the World Cup. And I think it's important that before we go on that, month-long break, where all the players go off on international duty, I think it's important that, we end that on, the right track, and we end that with some momentum. So after the break, we can come back and go, actually, we're in the playoff places now, and let's try and push for them automatic promotion spots. So I think that's the aim for Watford. No, Slavan Bilic kind of insinuated that was the aim in his post-match Wigan press conference, saying they are trying to build momentum now and ultimately get the injured players back during the World Cup break. So actually for the second half of the season, we can have a real go at the automatic promotion places, because we've had so many key players out injured, defensively especially. we've been very fortunate actually that João Pedro, Ismail Assar, Keenan Davis, Yasser Aswiller are very, very important attacking players. We've been very lucky that none of them has sustained long-term injuries. Our issue has really been defensively and them key defensive players being injured for such a long time. So hopefully, during the World Cup break, they can come back. And then after the World Cup, we can, regroup and then really battle for them automatic promotion places. As I just said, Nathan there went for a 1-1 Cardiff City draw. So from their perspective, I'm sure they'd be happy with that. But I think from a Watford perspective, I'm going for the win in this game. Cardiff haven't been great this season. It's going to be very, very similar to Wigan, Blackpool, Millwall. They'll make it physical. They'll make it tough. Going to Cardiff City away is always difficult. I always go back to the Adam Messina free kick goal that we scored during our last championship stint. That was absolutely scenes there. No fans were at that game, but I remember watching it from home. Obviously, we was in the COVID lockdown, and that really put us on the road to promotion. So hopefully we'll see similar scenes away at Cardiff this time. In terms of my score prediction, I'm going to go with a 2-0 Watford win. João Pedro at the double this time. So João Pedro with 2 goals away at Cardiff City. Let me know your skill predictions in the comments section below. As always, I really appreciate your support here on the Watford Way. So you could leave a like, as I said, comment down below your score predictions, and a subscription to the channel would be much appreciated as well. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.